So when you're ready, we'll do the hair one first so I can get rid of these curlers.
Okay, I just started it.
Oh, you did you?
Just now. I can't believe. Oh, I love the look.
Do you like the look? Let me tell you how the look came about. Is before we left Maine in 2010, by the way, you've just written this blog post about what your deep relationship with your hairstylist. I can't claim that deeper relationship with Darlene in Portland, but I adore her. And she was one of the very few people I told that we were leaving about 12 months before we actually were leaving. And the reason I told her is I had a really layered hairstyle that had to be blow dried every morning to look decent. And we knew I couldn't do that on the boat. So she started cutting my hair differently. She knew exactly what she wanted to do, this kind of bob. And she said, when you're at sea, if you want to do something special, and if you're off in an anchorage and you're going to go out for drinks that night and want to look decent and don't have a blow dryer around, then just take those Velcro rollers with you. This didn't totally dry, but this is what I've been doing this week. Because you know what? Drying your hair is boring. I'm the kind of
Well, it's
person who
bad.
reads.
It's bad for your hair too.
Well, I just find it boring. I actually read Facebook posts while I dry my hair.
Yeah, whatever.
So,
Well, that looks cute.
see, done.
I thought you were going
Done.
to sit there with the rollers like for a while. We should have
I
started with
did.
another topic so I could have looked at you in those rollers for.
Yeah, no, not that good.
I want you to get video with, have your video done like a couple, 2, 3 topics with those rollers.
No, that's okay. So see how it works? I'm done. My hair is done.
Oh,
Hey, at least I
darn.
let you put them on the video. So what I do is I find a person who can do a bob of some sort, and I've had haircuts all over the Atlantic and the Caribbean with people who don't speak English, with people who've never cut white hair, with people who only had. One woman in Dominican Republic actually had a sink on her porch, and it was the sink with the neck support
Yeah,
and
you
the
had,
chair.
I think you did a blog post. I've
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
pictures of that.
Yeah, and no running water, so it was a bucket of cold rainwater that she poured on my head.
Oh my
And once I got
gosh.
over the shock, it was a good time. But she had the blow dryer and the brush, and she just made me look wonderful. So
Wow.
that's
No, I
that's what we
haven't
do.
had that experience. No,
Yeah.
I guess I go from where I cut my own hair and it's more of a stress thing. That's really not,
Oh, really?
yeah. It's like when I just get fed up with things, and you feel like you have no control. And I do have
Wow.
control over my hair. So it's like, this is sticking out over here. It's too full right here. So I just start cutting away.
Are
Yeah,
you kidding? That's why you do it? Wow.
pretty pretty much. Sometimes when I know I need to go get this trimmed, I trim it up because it's a little long, but mostly when I'm in there, it's like, I've got to control something, so I'm going to so I cut my
But
hair.
and you just had a cut that was not your favored relationship laden hairstylist. So when you
Yeah.
came back, I know within 2 days you'd taken the manicure scissors to it.
Yeah, and well, sometimes I use manicure scissors if I don't know. Yeah. I did buy some hair cutting scissors and I didn't like them. I like my little manicure scissors better. I don't know. It's a weird thing. But no, I go to, I call them haircut in a box. You've got great clips and
Mm-hmm.
supercuts, and I don't know what the names of them are, but where you go in and it's $12 and you take whoever's next in line, and I do that. I have that naturally curly hair, so
Yeah.
it's a blessing and a curse. Whoa, what were you doing there?
Sorry.
No, that's okay. No, so the curly part makes it very difficult to cut, even high dollar expert people, but it also covers up a lot of faults
Yeah.
because you
Yeah.
can move things around. So um, I don't know where I'm going with this, but anyway, yes. So I go to the haircut in a box, which my last cut really wasn't haircut in a box, but a local Elgin place, and it cost me $28. So I figure, okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and it was a little lopsided, so I had to fix it.
Well, I have been, we've had a couple of people who at sea when we're cruising in the Caribbean who are retired hairstylists. So sometimes we go over there and pay them a small stipend to cut our hair. And that was great. Stuart did my hair and he did a better job than I did on his hair, but we are not, this is not our thing.
No,
And
I think, didn't you cut his hair and
oh my
it
God, it
was a
was
bad
awful.
deal?
It was, I did it twice. It was a really bad deal.
Now, did you
And
put
really, don't do
pictures?
not give me those clippers, huh?
Are there pictures out there?
Oh my God, yes. There are
Okay.
pictures, but as our son said when he saw the haircut over a month after, he said, the photos didn't do it justice, Bubsy. That's the worst haircut I've ever seen.
Even after a month?
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
we didn't dare have you fix it. Yeah, I know. Stuart's a really patient man. He was fine with it, but it was horrible. I'm the one that had to sit next to him in the restaurants and the bars.
Did you pretend you didn't know who he was?
No, but he should have gotten a T-shirt. Don't blame me. She cut my hair.
I'm with stupid, or I'm with. Yeah. Well, you know that Flowbee, whatever, where it was like this
Yeah,
vacuum cleaner thing.
yeah.
Scott, my brother, he
No kidding.
actually would cut his hair with that.
Oh my gosh.
He actually got one, and even now he cuts his own hair. He just has like a dog
Yeah,
trimmer, and he just does that
yeah.
once every, like, I don't know, 6 months or whatever. He'll shave his
Whether he
head.
needs it or not.
Yeah, shave his head, and then
Yeah.
he ends up just growing and growing and growing. But he's got that
Oh,
curly hair too, and it's actually
he does.
pretty. Yeah.
It's pretty. Yeah.
So, what is the worst? I can't even remember the worst haircut that I've had. What's the worst haircut that you've had?
Well, there were two. The one time my mom cut my hair and I was young, so I was like pliant until she did it. She
Say
kept
no
trying to
more.
even up the bangs and there ended up being like a little mini crew cut
Here,
at the top of my head.
here,
Yeah.
here, here. Yeah.
But the second one, my forever friend Kathy talks about because we moved to a new town. I was 10 years old. I have this horribly straight hair that does not look good long and parted in the middle like everybody was starting to wear. And she took me in to get a cut in this lady's salon in this small town and I ended up with this pixie cut with rollers put in up here. So it was bangs and a pixie. So I had like a little teasing, 10 years old. I looked like I was trying to be 20 going into the schoolyard. Kathy still talks about that haircut and how bad it was. And I have seen a photo. There was a photo that's in the storage locker of me in this haircut. It's pretty horrible. And certainly
Ah,
not age appropriate. And really a bad haircut to go to your first day of your new school. It was a
yeah.
sad thing.
Well, okay, it's going to really sound like I'm 60 now and from the older generation, but
You are actually.
well,
Sorry. I am too.
well, I like to pride myself on, being somewhat current,
Oh yeah.
or at least with an understanding. And I do have an understanding, but it's not a very sympathetic understanding of the haircuts now. I mean, and I understand, all right, let's just push that envelope. I'm all for that, where you've got half of your head shaved
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
half of it, long. I mean, when I graduated from high school, I had one of these bi-level, it was
Yep.
short. It was short, not shaved. It was just
Hmm.
short. And then it went down.
Hmm.
And then this flipped up, or was it the short side? No, I think it was the long side flipped up, that Farrah
Wow.
Fawcett flip,
The Farrah Fawcett
and
thing. Okay.
underneath it was bleached, so it was kind of blonde, so I get it. You're, of that age and you want to push the envelope, but what what I really don't understand are the normal guys in business suits, and it's all shaved here with this long.
Yeah. Hmm. Hmm.
But I guess it's the same thing. It's just, whatever is in style, and you get used to it. Like that first time you wore capri pants.
Yeah.
I remember 98. 1998, and I was in New York, and I remember seeing some people starting to wear, maybe it was 97. Anyway, the first time you see some of those capri pants and all of our lives, it was high water pants, and
Yeah.
it just was like, and I love them now.
Probably you'll have a shaved head at some point, one side.
Well,
No,
if I keep
probably never.
losing my hair, if it keeps falling out, I might just the rest of it and say, yeah, I meant to do that. Yeah, this was calculated.
And you'll be beautiful.
Yeah.